Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Bible study about Joseph's life. Recap from the previous one. Joseph showed his skills of being a manager, like second in command of Pharaoh, and all he learned in the time when he was away from his father, Jacob. So, and also like business, he knew exactly what to do, how to do, but made Pharaoh very rich with lots of money, collected all the money from Canaan and Egypt, then all the livestocks, and now people they want to become slaves to Pharaoh, but instead Joseph ask a fifth portion when the ground is going to go back and give the crops fifth of their crops whenever they gather, give it the fifth part to Pharaoh. And here we are. Now, this was entitled Joseph, but it's about Manasseh and Ephraim. We are in Genesis 48, and we're going to go through whole chapter. All right, let's dive in. Oh, I think it went to one before. All right, here. Oh. Sometime later, Joseph was told, "Your father is ill." So he took his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, along with him. So when in Jewish tradition, usually, that says they didn't get ill so fast, and he knew his father was on the old side. He was an old man now. He got prepared. He went and took his sons, both sons that he had them in Egypt. His firstborn was Manasseh, and the second one was Ephraim. So he took both sons with him. When Jacob was told, "Your son Joseph has come to you, Israel," I know they mix his name, Israel, and go back to Israel, which is Jacob. Jacob railed his strength and sat up on the bed. He got weak, and he knew his time is coming to an end. He's not going to live any longer. Verse 3, Jacob said to Joseph, "God Almighty appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and there he blessed me and said to me." Interesting. Let's pause for a minute. God appeared to Jacob. He didn't say in a dream or in the vision, but he had very strong connection with God, and so did Joseph. That's why he is ending up strong with so many children and so many descendants and so blessed, and so Joseph. The relation with God was very strong. God talked to Jacob, appeared and started talking to him. So it matters the relation you have with God. It matters a lot where you're going to be from now on. And he said to me, like God said to Jacob, okay, "I'm going to make you fruitful and increase your numbers. I will make you a community of peoples, and I will give this land as an everlasting possession to your descendants after you." Right? So it refers, so God refers, is giving like will make you a community of people, like lots of people, lots of descendants after him. And he will give this land, which he was in the land of Canaan when God appeared to Jacob. So God referred to the land of Canaan, which is Jerusalem, Israel, and he promised that he will give that land as an everlasting possession to his descendants. So even though he's at the end of his life, God promised that he will take care of descendants in the land of Canaan where they came from, and will bless them. Wow, that's wonderful. Don't you love when God blesses you and tells you that you're going to be blessed? Verse 5. Now then your two sons born to you in Egypt before I came to you here will be reckoned as mine. So he's pretty much, not with paper and all that, he's adopting Joseph's sons and puts them with his because he wants to bless them. He could bless us grandchildren, but he's blessing them as Jacob's sons. Ephraim and Manasseh will be mine, just as Reuben and Simeon are mine. Any children born to you after them will be yours. In the territory they inherit, they will be reckoned under the names of their brothers. So Jacob's children these two, Ephraim and Manasseh, will be added to Jacob's children, and give an inheritance, and will have the name of their brothers like last name. That's why last name is in the boys, like they wanna to have male children because they carry the inheritance, the name, and everything else. So Ephraim and Manasseh will carry Jacob's last name, pretty much. As I was returning from Padan, to my sorrow, Rachel died in the land of Canaan, while we were still on the way a little distance from Ephrat. So it tells about his mom, where his mom was buried, Joseph's mom. So I buried her there beside the road of Ephrat, that is Bethlehem. Wow, what a coincidence, guys. So Bethlehem, where Jesus is coming from, where he born, and there was Rachel buried. So it's may not be a coincidence, because when sometimes where the sorrow was for Jacob is such a joy for many people, where Jesus born in Bethlehem. Let's keep going. Verse 8. When Israel saw the sons of Joseph, he asked, "Who are these?" "They are the sons God has given me here," Joseph said to his father. Then Israel said, "Bring them to me so I may bless them." So now he's talking about Joseph's sons. Now Israel's eyes were failing because of old age, and he could hardly see. So Joseph brought his sons close to him, and his father kissed them and embraced them. It's in the culture, kissing them and embrace them was a sign of love for them, because as he loves his son so much, Joseph, he loved his children, because those are the descendants of Joseph. "I never expected to see your face again," tells to Joseph. His father, Jacob, tells Joseph, "I never expected to see your face again, and now God has allowed me to see your children too." So he's considering that's a blessing. Then Joseph removed, so verse 12, then Joseph removed them from Israel's knees, which is Jacob's knees, and bowed down with his face to the ground. And Joseph took both of them, Ephraim and on his right, towards Israel, which is Jacob's left hand, and Manasseh on his left towards Israel's right hand, and brought them close to him. So which was the right hand of Jacob was on Manasseh, and Ephraim was on the left. He puts, because his father couldn't see, Jacob couldn't see at his old age, Joseph helped and put the right hand on, which I believe is the older one, Manasseh, and the right hand of Jacob went to be on Manasseh, and the left hand of Jacob to be on Ephraim. But Israel reached, which is Jacob, reached out his right hand and put it on Ephraim's head, though he was the younger, and crossed his arms. He put his left hand on Manasseh's head, even though Manasseh was the firstborn. So he's crisscrossed his hands like that, as you can see in the picture, and to bless them. So in the Jewish tradition, the right hand, when it's blessing, are the firstborn, and it goes like that from there, then left hand and so forth. But if he has two children, but in this case, he's crossing his hands. Interesting. Wasn't the kind of the story that he had, like Jacob, that you read in the Bible, his story with his brother Esau? Jacob was the second, but yet he became the first. And God blessed Jacob a lot. Let's move on. Verse 15, then he blessed Joseph and said, may the God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked faithfully, the God who has been my shepherd all my life to this day, the angel who has delivered me from all harm, may be blessed these boys. May they be called by my name and the names of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and may they increase greatly on the earth. He is blessing Joseph's children. He said the blessing. Now, in Jewish, they still have the tradition. When Jewish people keep it's called Shabbat, like the day of rest, which is Friday evening, and they take all Saturday till Saturday evening. So they goes from the evening on Friday till Saturday evening. They do have a blessing. Let you be like Manasseh, Ephraim. When they pray for the wife prays for the husband or pray for their male children, they say, let you be like Manasseh, Ephraim. And this carrying on from generation to generation. And because of this blessing that Jacob placed on them, on those children of Joseph. So I say, even for now, like so many years, they're still blessing that way, like Jacob did. 17. When Joseph saw his father placing his right hand on Ephraim's head, he was displeased. So he took hold of his father's hand to move it from Ephraim's head to Manasseh's head. Joseph said to him, no, my father, this one is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head. But I believe Jacob knew what he was doing. But his father refused and said, I know, my son, I know. He too will become a people, and he too will become great. Nevertheless, his younger brother will be greater than he, and his descendants will become a group of nations. He blessed them that day and said, let's pause it. So Jacob was with Esau was his brother. So Esau born first, but Jacob came after. And they in the same womb there were two children. But Esau came first. So that's considered firstborn, even though they were kind of twins. They were different in either character and everything. They were just different. But God already told Rebecca that there are like two nations in her womb. So, and think about God didn't say there are two children, but they end up doing two different things. One follow God, one is a rebel. He said there are two nations because they were two nations. When they came out, it would be like just kind of divided. They're always against each other. Anyway, so now with Joseph was the same, even though he was most of the, not the youngest, but towards the almost the youngest in Jacob's family of the male side, but he led all of them. He was on the top of everybody else, and that's why it says he too will become a people, because now the history is repeating in the last again in Joseph's life. Now the youngest will be the higher than the other ones, in a greater, in descendants will become a great group of nations. And then so Jacob blessed them and said, in your name will Israel pronounce this blessing, which is Jacob. So Jacob will say the blessing, may God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. So he put Ephraim ahead of Manasseh. Then Israel said to Joseph, which Jacob said to Joseph, I'm about to die, but God will be with you and take you back to the land of your fathers. And to you I give one more ridge of land than to your brothers, the ridge I took from Amorites with my sword and my bow. So Jacob, before he said he's going to be added to his family, he's going to die, he knew it, and Joseph knew it. Tells Joseph that he's going to give him more to him for the land, which the land in Canaan, they'll give more than any of the other ones, and it's the land that he got it, what he fought for it, and he got it from Amorites, from their neighbors. So he was trying to say that he fought hard for it, because it says it with the sword and the bow, yeah. He fought very hard for that land, but because of that he fought very hard. Nobody will deserve it except Joseph, and because he took it from his his enemies, neighbors, enemies. All right, let's keep going. Oh, I actually enjoy so much. Um, don't you want to be blessed by your parents? You know. So what do we take back from this teaching? It's going to be continued. May have maybe a couple of more till the end, and we'll when this I would say long, but Joseph's life has lots to teach us and to take with us. I would say that this teaching will it's more like we'll take it with for us for our daily life, to bless our children and grandchildren, and um, if you have grandchildren, just bless people. It's especially the family. Now it's about family here, but I say bless others as well. Don't pull your hands back when it's to bless somebody. Bless their womb, bless their whenever their life, their situation, to get out and be blessed and put blessing over them. And but I say, especially for your descendants, a blessing is a must. Even you don't have children, but you want to have children, bless your womb before they will come to be there, before you put a seed, before the seed is coming to existence, before you get the children out, before everything, before, like when you born your children, pray for their marriages that will be, have decent husband or wives. Pray for your descendants. Maybe not even one came to existence, but pray for them. That will be a mighty warrior of God in God's kingdom. And you are to be to pray. And wow. So this concludes today's lesson. And until next time, I say goodbye. Goodbye now.